For a car whose original design inspiration came from an overturned bathtub, I assume, the Audi TT has done pretty well for itself. And while the third generation model still embodies the same basic shape, the driving experience has evolved considerably. But before we dive into the driving experience, let's touch on the design, which takes on a fresh yet familiar look, characterized by a 3D style front fascia and sharper edges throughout. Internet know-it-alls might claim the TT sold its soul to look like a baby R8, but let's make one thing clear. The TT is a mini R8 in the same way an FRS is a mini LFA. With that score settled, we'll move inside, where the latest TT features the most useful consolidation effort not related to credit card debt. Logic would suggest that when you delete the center screen and cram everything into a single display, the result is an instrument clusterfuck. Sorry. Against all odds, Audi's virtual cockpit is positively fantastic. The display is easily switched from infotainment focused to driver focused with the push of a button located on the steering wheel. Nearly every action produces an almost instantaneous response from the system, while the interplay between navigation, media metadata, and pertinent driving information blended together in such a harmonious way that it actually reduced our inclination towards distracted driving. Bolstering that fact is a revamped Mmi interface and gesture-controlled touchpad whose natural ergonomics allow for eyes-free use. And while there is a slight learning curve to mastering the system, moderately tech-savvy drivers feel right at home following roughly 3 to 4 hours of operation. Adding to the TT's minimalist philosophy are digital climate control readouts built directly into the air vents. Though wholly embracing the elegance of simplicity, the vents' fixed positioning and basic twist ring adjusters limit the direction of airflow. Apart from an annoying clicking sound in our test unit, the driver's seat left nothing to be desired in terms of comfort or support. On the flip side, the two back seats in Coupe models are about as friendly to legs as Annie Wilkes, whereas rear seats in the Roadster are non-existent. Still, both models make clever use of storage space, not to mention the Coupe's handy liftback design and wagon-like 25.1 cubic feet of cargo room. That said, we do wish there was a convenient spot to hold your cell phone. On winding mountain roads, the TT does virtually everything you ask of it.
Everything?
Well, no, not everything. With Quattro all-wheel drive and a light, nimble package like this, pitch the TT into a corner, leave about 20 to 30% throttle on, and grip quickly becomes a non-issue. Along with an almost perfectly centered driving position, the steering response, and actually just the physical shape of the steering wheel, is what really elevates the Audi TT above rivals like the BMW Z4 and Mercedes-Benz SLK. In fact, one of the best qualities of the steering is that the ratio is so tight that you can turn the wheel from lock to lock in 2 rotations. The turning radius is also tight despite the quick steering ratio. Ride quality slips between the softer BMW Z4 and Mercedes-Benz SLC, and slightly more aggressive Porsche Boxster and Cayman. The same goes for stopping power and driver involvement, making the TT an ideal pick for anyone who prefers not to choose between everyday comfort and engaging performance. Where the TT Coupe and convertible stand above the rest is in the area of cabin noise, which is equal to that of a small luxury sedan. The TT convertible also embodies the qualities of a high-end Grand Tourer at a significantly lower price point. Key attributes include an electronic windscreen that actually relieves wind turbulence, optional vents located just below the headrest that blow hot air on the back of your neck, and a triple-layer soft top capable of deploying or retracting in about 13 seconds at speeds up to 30 miles an hour. Under the hood lies a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder good for 220 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Mated exclusively to a well-mannered 6-speed dual-clutch automatic, the 2-liter affords a 0 to 60 sprint of about 5.5 seconds, all while returning up to 23 mpg in the city and 30 mpg on the highway. Peak power taps out just shy of 5,000 RPM on paper, but on the road our TT tester pulled hard from just off idle all the way to the 6,500 RPM red line. And unlike years past, Audi's next-gen Turbo 4 is practically free of turbo lag. In TTS guys, the Turbo 4 has been retuned to produce 292 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque without impacting greatly on fuel economy. Along with a rear-biased all-wheel drive system, sharper exterior styling, and heavily bolstered sports seats, the TTS carries with it a $9,000 premium over the standard Coupe and Roadster, which begin at $44,000 and $47,000 respectively. Even in base form, the Audi TT comes impressively well equipped with standards like LED headlights, rain-sensing windshield wipers, a capless fuel filler, Audi Drive Select with an individual mode, passive entry with push-button start, heated leather seats, and the aforementioned Mmi virtual cockpit linked to a 9-speaker audio system. Throw an extra $4,000 onto the pile, and you'll drive away with navigation, an embedded LTE hotspot, blind spot monitoring, and a highly recommendable 12-speaker sound system by Bang & Olufsen. Given that a fully loaded TT undercuts comparably equipped models from BMW, Porsche, and Mercedes-Benz by as much as $3,500, the Audi TT could be considered a relative bargain. It may not be all things to all people, but if you're among the subset of buyers who are in the market for a two-door luxury sports Coupe convertible, the Audi TT is tough to beat.